With the 44th overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, a young guard was drafted and traded to the Golden State Warriors. And after only 12 games, he was dealt to the Washington Wizards in the Jordan Poole-Chris Paul trade. Then after only 10 games, he was waived due to off-court reasons. Then the Milwaukee Bucks took a chance on him, and it leads us to today. And his name, it's Mr. Ryan Rollins. Welcome to Basketball Intuition. I'm your host, Ethan Simon. Today, we're going to be talking about Ryan Rollins. Over the last 2 games, he has put the NBA world on notice if they did not already know him. I have been, and I will continue to be, a huge Ryan Rollins believer. We're going to be diving into his game today. We're going to start with his scoring, then kind of get into the pick and roll play a little bit, then playmaking, ball handling, defense, and whatever else I want to talk about. Remember, this video is coming out on the 31st, day after the Warriors game. We're talking about the first 5 games today, and of course, some of last season. Okay, so starting out with the scoring, I'll go ahead and just say he has been able to score at all 3 levels to a degree so far this season. He's been able to shoot the 3 ball. Through the last 2 games, especially, the 3 ball has looked incredible. He started the season out really struggling, 3 for 16, but in the last 2 games, he shot 9 for 11, which is just ridiculous. And after these first 5 games, 40% on catch and shoot threes, 50% on pull-up threes. He has struggled from above the break, but he's been completely knocked down in the corners so far this season. And going back to the 3-level scoring thing, so like I just told you, started out rough with 3-point shooting, brought it back around, looking really good now. Now when we talk about the mid-range shooting, cleaning the glass has him listed at 3 for 11 so far this season on mid-range shots. The middies that he's taken are really good looks, and he's had a few of them just go in and out of the rim. 2 of the ones that he's hit have been huge shots. One deep in the clutch against the Warriors last night, and then another one also in the clutch against the Knicks. And again, regardless if they have fallen for him right now or not, he is getting really good shots in that area, and I'm really happy with it. And I think you probably should be too, especially when we add in the next part, the fact that he is also getting downhill. In my most recent Bucks video before the season started, one of the things I said about Ryan Rollins, also saying that he was the most likely to break out, was that he is much craftier when he is finishing at the rim and when he's getting downhill than what he gets credit for. And I think he showed that off wonderfully throughout the last couple games, especially against the Warriors last night. We have seen him pull out so many different moves. He did a nice high gather move against Jonathan Kuminga. We saw him rip through on Draymond Green and finish on the right side of the basket. He had this crazy smothered acceleration and deceleration move he hit last night. We've seen him hit a slow Euro step in the transition. He can attack the rim. He can even throw down the dunk on you. He can finish it high off the glass. He has been really great at getting downhill so far this season. And within 8 feet or closer to the basket, he's shooting 18 for 23 so far this season. And his touches look really good. And regardless whether it's a really easy finish, he's not being contested, or it's super wild and off balance, he's able to make those shots and put them in because he's got good touch. So I know I'm talking about a lot of really good things right now. Of course, there's going to be some negative things we're going to get to. But when it comes to his scoring, he's a really good scorer. The only question that you can really have with his scoring that we've seen so far through the season, and last season he was super efficient from 3. 40+% on catch and shoot. Wasn't nearly as good on pull-up threes, but still was able to shoot the ball efficiently last season. Again, the biggest question for him offensively, is he going to be able to shoot jump shots efficiently? The word efficient wouldn't be the word I'd use. The word consistent would be the right word. Can he stay consistent? Not getting the mid-range shot to fall right now. Was getting it to fall last season. It's not really falling for him right now, but it looks good, getting good shots. He's going to be able to get to the basket. He's going to be able to finish at the rim. Can he keep knocking down these shots is the question. Obviously, I believe he's going to be able to. But a big thing when it comes to him scoring the basketball is, and why he was able to do so good over these last 2 games, teams were not preparing for this. Teams were not expecting Ryan Rollins to drop his career high and then do it again. So now that teams have more film on him and they're going to be able to prepare for him better, I'm interested to see how he's going to adjust to that. He is probably due for a tough game soon. Whether it's next game, the game after that, I would expect him to, out of one of his next 3 games, to be a really tough game and for it to be a single digit type game. I don't mean to project that onto him, but I wouldn't be surprised. As we know, basketball is chess, not checkers. Teams are going to adjust better to him as the season progresses, but the question is how is he going to respond? And a really big part about how he's going to respond to that and why I think he's going to respond well is what we're going to get to next, and it's going to be his ball handling and playmaking. Actually, no, let's talk about the pick and roll for a minute to like transition us over. In the pick and roll, I've loved him as a scorer and as a passer, mainly as a scorer, of course, because he's able to get through all 3 of those levels. If you go under the screen, this is one of the biggest things about him throughout this whole season when it comes to 3-point shooting. If you go under the screen, he's going to shoot the ball. So if you go under the screen, he's shooting the ball. He can navigate to the mid-range and kind of go in and out of the traffic. He can also just isolation get to that mid-range area, but He can get there in the pick and roll, and he likes to get to the basket off the pick and roll as well. You know, going to that outside, going high off the glass. He likes doing that. But also, he can pass out of it. He can make a quick pocket pass, a quick bounce pass to like a guy like Bobby Portis. They've done a really good job together because Bobby can shoot the 3 ball. He can get to the mid-range, pull up in that area, dive to the basket. Bobby can do all that, and Ryan knows that. And their little two-man game has looked really good so far to me. Really nice bounce passes, good pocket passes, and that's what you like to see next to Giannis. You want a guy that's going to be able to safely get him the ball. Ryan's going to be able to do that. The ball handling has looked very good this season to me. There's been a couple moments where it just looks like he's really got that ball on a string, and you would have no idea that he just had shoulder surgery this offseason and played through an injury all last season. You really would have no idea. But yeah, he looks super under control, and you know, one thing that you love about Ryan Rollins is he plays at his pace. When it comes to just regular game-to-game basis, he's going to be able to handle pressure very well. He's able to play at a good and his pace, very poised. And this is where we'll talk about, you know, some negative things that you could throw at him. His vision isn't anything crazy. You know, he's had some really great moments as a passer and a playmaker, but historically we don't look at him to be this crazy Trae Young, this crazy James Harden, this Isaiah Collier vision. Stop sleeping on Isaiah Collier. As soon as he comes back, he's probably going to get a video. So yeah, he can make some really great reads, but typically it's more just simple stuff. And out of a point guard, a lot of the time, you know, that's all you really need, especially for this Bucks team right now. Giannis is an incredible playmaker. Kevin Porter Jr. is a very solid playmaker. Ryan Rollins is a very solid playmaker. So if you wanted to like really nitpick, if we really had to nitpick something, that's what it would be. But it's not bad. Don't take this as me saying that he's a bad playmaker, because he's not. You're watching the clips I'm putting up on the screen right now. You're seeing that he's making good passes and good reads. But a part of this for me is I can't just come up here and only talk good about somebody. So we gotta throw a little, we can nitpick a little here and there, okay? Because y'all folks in the comments sometimes will be like, oh, with this and with complain about two things when there's 20 great things to talk about. So we'll talk about those two things that you can complain about, so you can leave that. Folks will be like, this guy obviously doesn't watch basketball if he thinks Ryan Rollins is the greatest playmaker ever. Just because I didn't say anything negative. I'm not playing this game. I'm not doing this today. I'm a fan. I'm a Bucks fan. Do you know how happy I am about this? I'm geeked. Last night during the game, screaming after he hit that step back 3 and Jimmy Butler face at the hash, screaming. If you're still here and enjoying the video, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to check out the Playback TV link. I stream live games up there. Back to my points. In the drive and kick, as a playmaker and a passer, I thought he's looked great. I thought he's had really good vision in the drive and kick in those situations, but he's more of a scorer. He ain't no tunnel vision scorer like Cam Whitmore is acting right now. Don't get it twisted. And he very much is playing the point guard right now, which I love. The conversation right now is, should Kevin Porter Jr. take his starting spot? Should Kevin Porter Jr. start alongside of them? Should they start together? Should Ryan go to the bench? KPJ start? I want to hear yours. Seriously, I want to hear your opinion about this. There's a lot of mixed emotions. We'll talk about his turnovers. His turnovers earlier are just like forced passes, just like dumb stuff he didn't have to do. He went from like out of the league to early last season not playing many good minutes to like at the end of the season started playing really good minutes, and now he's like a starter. So I'm not worried about those turnovers. If he was having like 5-6 turnovers a game, I'd be like, ooh. But he had one game with 3 turnovers. Every other game he's had 2, and then last night 1. Now let us talk about the defense. 80% good things to say, 20% bad things to say. We'll start with all the good stuff. Let's start with the stuff that he can't control. His incredible frame. 6'4" basically, with almost a 6'10" wingspan. And this is what you get with that. You get tied for first in deflections. At the time of this recording, he is tied for first in deflection this season with Dyson Daniels through the first 5 games of the season. In total, he has the second most steals on the season so far, only behind Casey Wallace. His anticipation alongside his size and hands, and energy and young legs, and strength also just creates a great defender. And there's one play, you know, in particular that he telegraphed and read it like a book against the Knicks and then took it, you know, down for a nice Euro step. It's hard to teach a guy stuff like that. But Ryan has done such a great job getting his hands in places that he's not supposed to. And most of the time, he's giving great energy and great effort. He is fighting over screens the absolute best he can. He was giving Curry a difficult night last night. We'll say that. I don't want to say the word that I'm thinking, but he was chasing Curry around multiple screens. He was picking him up full court throughout times of the game. Him and AJ Green were kind of going back and forth with who was guarding him, but Ryan did a great job last night, forcing him into weird or bad shots. And Curry didn't really get any easy buckets on Ryan Rollins all last night. Backtrack a little bit and talk about him when he played against Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. They were really giving him some trouble. Especially Donovan Mitchell, well, really both of them, but he was really struggling to keep up with Donovan Mitchell's change of direction and Jalen Brunson's ability to change speeds and to spin around, shoot that mid-range shot. He was definitely giving Ryan Rollins some trouble, but Ryan also had some really great defensive possessions against both of them. Perimeter defender. Ryan Rollins is the Bucks' best perimeter defender. And I will say, that Cavaliers game was not his greatest work. He really had some bad, lazy possessions and was taking some bad angles throughout that game. He had some bad defensive possessions. But overall, you take the good with the bad, and he's been much better than he has tough moments. Now we'll talk about the 2 or 3 things that are negative about his defense right now. Number 1, he is jumping at so many pump fakes. Like, he will jump at a lot of pump fakes and just fly by. So I wish he closed out more. I wish he just closed out more. I know he's trying to contest a shot and maybe get a block, but I just wish he would relax a little bit sometimes instead of jumping at all the pump fakes. And then the last one is he did foul a lot last game, and he's averaging like 3 fouls a game right now. I'll read off his foul log real quick. 31335. It sounds like I just said a phone number. And I will say he's got a bad whistle. Like a lot of, I'm gonna put some up on the screen that I have, but he's had some fouls that were called on him that he couldn't do anything about at all. That like shouldn't have been a foul. NBA refs so far this year have really frustrated me, calling the stupidest ticky-tacky fouls that have nothing to do with the play. Let the guys play. Let the guys play basketball. Just because I touched his arm a little bit too aggressively in the corner while they're over on the wing with the ball, that shouldn't be a foul. That's dumb. I just wish that they would let him play some more. But yeah, that's really all I got to talk about for Ryan Rollins Day. You know, we could talk about the Bucks for a minute because this is, you know, at the end of the day, he's a Bucks player. It's kind of a Bucks video. Miles Turner offensively ain't been doing a whole lot, but I'm really happy with him defensively, as well as Kyle Kuzma. Y'all know I'm not a Kyle Kuzma guy. If you watch the channel before, you know I don't like Kyle Kuzma really. But defensively, Kyle Kuzma has been really great. Cole Anthony also, you know, is a playmaker, facilitator. In that mid-range area, he's been able to get there and get some really nice shots off. I thought Cole Anthony has also looked really good. Oh, and the one thing I will say about Cole Anthony, he's chucking up some dumb, stupid threes a lot of the time. I'm not going to lie. Half of the threes he shot this season have been 6 feet behind the three-point line and just bricks. Bobby Portis, very up and down so far throughout the season, how I feel. Comment of the day, going to be from Kyrie Thompson. Been a minute, my friend. Nice to hear from you. He was asking if I could talk about Dylan Harper, VJ, Jeremiah Fears. If y'all want to see any of those videos in the comments, that's why I want to make this comment of the day. If y'all want to see any of those videos, let me know. The reason I didn't want to talk about Dylan Harper right now is because I just made a Dylan Harper video in the preseason. And then I talked about VJ also in the preseason, so I've made 2 VJ videos. I'll happily make another one because he's playing incredibly. But I just, you know, I don't want to spam the same guys. I feel like, you know, that'd be kind of cheap of me. And then also Jeremiah Fears. If you guys are interested in any of those videos, comment down below and let me know anybody that you want to see me make a video about, you know, especially second-year players and rookies right now. Those are my favorite guys to talk about. You will not, I'll go ahead and say this now. You won't see me talking about guys that have been in the league for 5 years. I don't do that. I talk about young guys. I'll make the video for you as long as I'm interested in it. Because, you know, I only talk about people that I like. You know, I made a whole, I talked about Jamal Shed for 25 minutes. Is Jamal Shed ever going to be an all-star? No, he's not. But I just like his game, so I made a video about him. So, yeah, let me know. Last shout out of the day. Shout out Jesus Christ, man. From an outside perspective, you might not understand Psalm 34:8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. You seek and you will find. And when you find, you will see that God is good. In Jesus' name. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you all. If you're not doing well, I hope it gets better for you soon. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family, your friends, if you got any. Have a wonderful day. It's Halloween today. Enjoy yourselves. Don't do nothing too crazy. Again, I love you all. Take care. I'm going to see y'all very soon, man. Peace out.